We're about to begin our return trip on the Amtrak Coast Starlight south of Seattle to Sacramento, and maybe not auspicious beginning. It's an hour late, but we will wait here in this beautifully restored Amtrak King Street station. So we are still in the Amtrak station, and we've had some unusual situation where they actually announced our train. Everyone got up to board the train, and it was an automated announcement, and then the Amtrak attendant said, no, that's not true, the train's not here, and now the train is actually dropped off the screen, so we're still waiting to see what happens. We're in the third hour of our wait for the Coastal Starlight. We came up to the second floor to get a bird's eye view of the station, and it was in its restored beauty. So still don't know what's wrong with the train. I think it's a mechanical problem with the engine, but I guess we'll learn more when it arrives. We're on the Coast Starlight. We are several hours late. Explain more about that later, but we're in our cabin, which is very similar to the one on the Capital Limited. So the roomette has a very, very, very narrow closet, so it's just this wide, and it has enough room for two coats in there. That's about it. We've also lowered the upper bunk enough to put my pack up there, so it's at a midpoint position. You can kind of see that there's three positions, and we've got it at the midpoint one to make room for that. So that's how we're doing it. Dave's pack sits over here on the side, and we've got a plug that's got a charging cube on it that gives us the ability to charge all of our devices. So we're looking for the return trip, and we'll see how it goes on our way to. So here on the Coast Starlight, we're on the first floor of the train, and our cabin is just down the hall from this luggage storage where we've got one of our bags, and then it's also three restrooms here and a shower. And the shower is pretty small, but for those of you who've looked at our other videos, it's very similar to with the glass door, a seat, and a small changing area. Mirror, and they provide towels and soap and shampoo. And the restroom is pretty basic as well. Place for trash, a small sink, and a mirror. We're in the observation car on the Coastal Starlight, and it has one half that's got tables, and the other half has seats, and you have more visibility above you as well. So for the views as we go through the more scenic areas, this is a nice place to check it out. Well, we are in a different cabin, and one of the key reasons that we're in a different cabin than we were just a few minutes ago is because of this right here. Our last cabin didn't have a curtain, so they upgraded us to a sleeper, and this sleeper has a bed on top that's similar to the one that we left. It has a bench seat that turns into a bed, and then it has its own shower and toilet. It's sort of like Orion, our sailboat, where it's all in one compartment, and the toilet and the toilet paper holder are covered so that you don't end up getting everything wet. So this also has a seat, but the seat's broken, and that they explained that to us, that was why this was unoccupied and available for us, since we had no curtain. And the reason we had no curtain is because they were in a rush to get this train turned around because it was 10 hours late due to weather. And I think they just got a little ahead of themselves. So we're happy. We've got more room, and this will be our place for the night.
Here's the Columbia River separating the state of Washington and the state of Oregon. Oregon's on the far side. We're crossing the Columbia River, coming into Oregon. We'll have one more state on this train when we come into California.
Probably won't be away.
Now we're traveling over Willamette Cove, a very big ship in the background, and a lot of fuel tanks coming up. When I think of Oregon, I often think about tall pine trees. You can certainly see a bunch of them from the train. As we approach the end of another day on our train, we see a gorgeous sunset over the Oregon landscape.